Chicago's own Derrick Rose, the youngest MVP of all time. But due to injury setbacks, some claim he never reached his full potential. Today, we will explore what his career may have looked like if he never tore his ACL. What if Thibodeau decided to let this man rest? What if he played in every season of his career? What if Derrick Rose could better prepare for the worst? Today, we will indeed find out. Derrick Rose was born and raised on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. He grew up the youngest amongst three brothers who taught him the skills when it came to basketball. But unlike most children in America, Derrick did not have the typical upbringing that you'd expect. In interviews, he describes his childhood as traumatic, sometimes to the point where he saw people get shot at, witnessed drug use, and feared for his own safety due to the violence around him. However, despite the odds being mounted against him, this motivated Derrick to overcome and succeed in his current situation so he could build a better life. Rose attended Simeon Career Academy during high school, where he averaged 18.5 points, 6.6 assists, 4.7 rebounds, and 2.1 steals per game playing on junior varsity. Following freshman year, Derrick would then move on to varsity for the rest of his high school experience. During his sophomore year, Derrick Rose averaged 19.8 points, 5.1 rebounds, 8.3 assists, and 2.4 steals while leading his team to a 30-5 record and making Parade All-American third team. During his junior year of high school, Rose led his team to win the Chicago Public League Championship and the AA State Championship, where he hit the game-winning buzzer beater in overtime while earning All-State mentions, an EA Sports All-American second team pick, another Parade All-American selection, and tournament MVP. All of this attention would rank him 5th in the nation by Sports Illustrated going into his senior year, and Simeon Career Academy would go on to win back-to-back state championships, becoming the first public league in Chicago to pull off this amazing accolade. During his senior year, Derrick Rose would average 25.2 points, 9.1 assists, 8.8 rebounds, and 3.4 steals. This would earn him first team Parade All-American, McDonald's All-American, All-State, Gatorade Player of the Year, and USA First Team All-American selections. In college, Rose signed a scholarship to play for the University of Memphis Tigers. During his freshman year, they were eliminated in the NCAA championship game by the University of Kansas Jayhawks. Memphis concluded the season going 38-2, which set the NCAA record for most wins in a season. This was later broken in 2012 and 2015 by the University of Kentucky. But during this time, Derrick would average 20.8 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 6 assists per game while being named to the All-Final Four team. Following his freshman year at Memphis, Derrick decided to declare for the 2008 NBA Draft, where he was selected first overall by the Chicago Bulls. That brings us to NBA 2K26, where Derrick Rose will start off as an 81 overall. I won't change anything but his durability and potential attributes to a 99. Everything else will be completely automated to default in this simulation. The Bulls would start off the year pretty bad going into All-Star Weekend with a record of 17-31. However, this is not at the fault of Derrick Rose, who is currently putting up a solid 25, 3, and 6.5 per night. Also, D Rose ended up going 21, 3, and 5 with a steal during the rookies versus sophomore game, although he could not snag the W. Both Derrick Rose and Tyrus Thomas ended up making the dunk contest this year. However, Tyrus Thomas ended up beating Derrick Rose for the achievement. The Bulls would end the season going negative 38 to 44, but Derrick Rose would get Rookie of the Year while shooting nearly 50%, averaging 24.6 points, 2.6 rebounds, 6.2 assists, and 1.3 steals per night. Unfortunately, the Bulls would be unable to clinch a playoff spot, and the Memphis Grizzlies would go on to win the NBA championship, with Brandon Roy receiving Finals MVP and regular season MVP awards. As Derrick Rose enters his second NBA season, the Bulls were able to add Joakim Noah, who would soon win DPOY in real life, as well as Carlos Boozer and Caron Butler. So I have high hopes going into this year. And as I guessed it, the Bulls are absolutely balling out at a significant rate right now, going 40-10 when we reach All-Star Weekend. Derrick Rose is killing it, averaging 26, 2.6, and 8 with a steal per game. Right now, he has a shot at MVP and Clutch Player of the Year. Well, would you look at that? So Derrick Rose wins the dunk contest, and he also gets his first All-Star Game appearance. And LeBron will end up bringing home MVP as well as DPOY, with Curry receiving Rookie of the Year, and Kyle Lowry grabs Sixth Man. Although Derrick couldn't snag any awards, he does make All-Second NBA in addition to being an All-Star. As we enter the playoffs, the Bulls would sweep the Pacers in the first round. Then in the second round, Carlos Boozer would end up hitting a buzzer beater to force Game 7 against LeBron and the Cavs. This really caught me off guard. I thought the series was already over for real, but the Bulls are not giving up. Then the Bulls would continue to go on and beat the Knicks in 5, who have a 98 overall Chris Paul, landing them a seat in the 2010 NBA Finals. And y'all are not going to believe this. I tried to simulate to the current round, but it simulated the rest of the playoffs, where the Bulls would end up losing to the Memphis Grizzlies in 7, and Brandon Roy would yet again bring home another Finals MVP. Derrick Rose would average 32, 3, and 8.6 with almost 2 steals a game in the playoffs, but no one else on the Bulls seemed to put up anything superb, and that would be the main factor in the outcome this year. Now, heading into the year where he won MVP in real life, Derrick Rose is currently a 93 overall, and I will be sending straight to the playoffs. Only to check and see if he received another dunk contest title, which he did, so clap it up for D Rose. And the Bulls will now conclude their season with a 54-28 record. And who would expect Andrea Bargnani, out of all people, to win MVP? I don't think I've seen this before. Derrick Rose does make All-NBA first team, as the Bulls will land the 4th seed in the playoffs this year. And they will sweep Philly in the first round, but lose to the Knicks in 6 games. And the Knicks also had CP3 and Westbrook, so that loss is understandable. As we enter the following season, Derrick Rose is a 95 overall, but it looks like the Bulls have officially dropped Joakim Noah. Derrick Rose would make All-NBA first team and receive an All-Star appearance as he finishes 5th in the league for top scoring. The Bulls will finish 47-35 as they clinch a 4th seed in the playoffs this year. They managed to beat Philly in 7, but they do lose in the second round to the Knicks, who have Bargnani, Westbrook, and Chris Paul on the team. Bargnani takes another MVP as the Knicks will go on to win the championship. Now we are in season 5, so Derrick Rose has yet to win an MVP, but he is without a doubt still a solid contender. And KD ends up winning MVP. D Rose gets another All-NBA first team as the Bulls go 53-29 and clinch a 2nd seed spot in this year's playoffs. The Bulls will then get upset by Charlotte, who had a stacked roster. I have no idea how they managed to slip all the way down to the 7th seed. And OKC wins the championship. We are now headed into season 6 as Derrick Rose is now a 98 overall. As we end the season, KD earns yet another MVP. Derrick Rose makes All-NBA 2nd team. The Bulls just barely make the playoffs with a 42-40 record, maybe because Carlos Boozer is their starting center for some reason. And what a shocker, the Bulls will end up advancing to the NBA Finals, which I'm sure very few people expected. They will be facing up against the Mavs, who have, KD and Dirk on the team. And they might actually be able to pull this off. Never mind, it looks like the Bulls might blow a 3-1 lead, which they do. This is actually devastating to Derrick's career. If they had an actual center, I think things would have gone much differently. He just simply didn't have enough support. Now it is time for season 7, as Derrick Rose will drop 1 in overall. The Bulls will end their season going 46-36. Derrick Rose does not get any awards, and it looks like he got injured right at the end of March, where he tore his right bicep, so he will not be able to participate in the playoffs this year. That is pretty crazy. I guess the small regression he had allowed him to get injured, even though his durability stats only dropped to a 96. Let's see what the Bulls can do without Derrick Rose in the playoffs. And Detroit will sweep the Bulls in the very first round. Okay, it is now year 8, and D Rose is a 97 overall. No awards for him this year, but he does make All-NBA first team, as the Bulls are the 8th seed and the East are going crazy this year. I'm sure D Rose had to be in the MVP conversations, as he has just had his best season yet. Unfortunately, the Bulls get swept by the Hawks, who go on to win the championship. We are now going into season 9 for Derrick Rose, as we also embark into the Curry era. And this team is not looking impressive, if I'm being honest. D Rose is here for at least another 4 years, so I'm hoping they can add some key pieces to help him out soon. And this year, the Bulls do not make the playoffs, but Derrick had another solid season. As season 10 concludes, the Bulls finish 45-37. Giannis gets MVP, as Derrick Rose takes another All-NBA first team selection. The Bulls enter this year's playoffs as the 6th seed, and they will end up losing in 6 to Dante Exum and the 76ers. Mavs take it all. All right, going into season 11, I will show if the Bulls make it past the first round, but it looks like this year they don't even make the playoffs, as Derrick Rose will take another All-NBA first team selection. Year 12, and D Rose does not receive any recognition, as he has an above average season while the Bulls miss the playoffs. In year 13, he would end up hyperextending his shoulder, where the Bulls would also miss the playoffs. In year 14, the Bulls had the 2nd pick of the draft, where they picked up Cade Cunningham. So D Rose may be coming off the bench when that regression sets in. Right now, he's 33 years old, sitting at a 92, so we'll see what happens. And the Bulls will be eliminated during the play-in tournament, causing them to miss the playoffs. Now we are in year 15, and the Bulls look as if they may end with a positive record, but they can't make it happen late, and they will lose the play-in tournament yet again. Okay, so now we are officially in 2024, where D Rose would retire in real life. But up here, it appears he signed an extension with the Bulls for another 2 years. In year 16, the 4th-seeded Bulls are finally able to turn things around, as Derrick Rose averages 18-8 with a steal, and Chicago is back in the playoffs after at least 5 years. And unfortunately, the Bulls will be eliminated in the first round. To start 2025, D Rose is an 83 overall. Let's see if Cade can potentially take the Bulls all the way for what might be Derrick Rose's final season. And the Bulls missed the playoffs yet again after losing the play-in tournament with a 35-47 record. And Derrick Rose actually signed another 2-year extension, so I'll let y'all know if anything interesting happens moving forward. By the way, check out Bobo winning finals MVP for the Clippers. Well, never mind, it looks like Derrick Rose will actually be going on a farewell tour instead. And he will not be able to make the playoffs for his final season, as Zion is your MVP and Cooper Flag gets Rookie of the Year. But there's Derrick leaving the league after 18 years at 37 years old. D Rose with 15 All-Star appearances, 7 All-NBA first teams, 3 All-NBA second teams, 3 All-NBA third teams, all-time rookie first team, and of course Rookie of the Year. He does actually make Hall of Fame, and of course, Chicago retires his jersey. So he will not be able to win an MVP in this universe, nor a championship, although he did get very close. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I really enjoyed making this video. Depending on how well it does, I may make a series out of these. So if you've enjoyed watching, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content. But y'all take it easy. Peace.